This is my Hypalon dinghy, and I recently sealed it. It was all pontoons, the front and both sides. This has three different pontoon sections were leaking. Now this is a fourth day, and I flipped it over to see that it's not going to take in any air, even under some pressure. And so I'm 100% sure that there's no leaking anymore. There's about 4 patches in total. What I want to make this video today is to show that 5200 is a usable adhesive, as that's what you have on hand, and it's actually a great adhesive, and it'll work great for a Hypalon inflatable dinghy repair. Now there is a reason why the Hypalon glue, the one that everyone says you should buy, it's basically a form of contact cement, epoxy standard level, where it's 2 parts. And because when you use a contact cement, you can apply it to the patch and the surface you're going to apply the patch to, and wait about 15 minutes until it almost gets dry to the touch, and you can apply it, and then there's an instant seal right there. And that's because the air going through the hole that you're trying to repair is going to inflate the patch if you didn't have that contact cement property where it seals instantly. So 5200, you can use it, but what you need to take in mind is what I just addressed, is that the leak itself will start to inflate the patch that you're trying to apply. So what you do is you fill air into the dinghy pontoons just enough where it just barely holds its shape, but it's not leaking through the hole. Even if it's a little leaking, it's okay. It can handle just a little bit of leaking, but if it's as small as you can manage. You don't want you don't want a lot of pressure, air pressure going through that hole that you're trying to repair. Now you take the 5200, you apply it to the surface. Of course, clean everything up real good with something like some type of solvent. And then also you want to rasp the patch that you're going to apply, so it has a raspiness that the adhesive will adhere to. And then so you apply the 5200 to where you're going to apply the patch and to the underside of the patch itself. Apply the patch, and then you want to monitor it for the next 6 hours. That's why 5200 is a little more touchy. You're going to have to monitor it, look at it, make sure you ride your finger and knead through it, that it's all even. Look if there's any bubbles forming around it. Maybe if you can apply some weight on top of it if you can, to kind of keep it in place. Not too much pressure either though. And then let it dry. After about 5 hours, you'll see that it's pretty much sealed. But then you got to take the 5200 and then do a bead around the perimeter of the patch, and that's the trick, because you might get some air coming through somewhere in the edge of that patch that you just applied. So about 3 or 4 or 5 hours after you applied it, go once more with the 5200 around the perimeter of the patch, and you're sealed forever. That stuff is incredible, and it's flexible, and it even has a nice a voluminous quality to it, where you can actually feel it's a nice, seriously bonded patch that you just applied. So yes, 5200, you can use it on a Hypalon dinghy. It just takes a little bit more care as you're going to apply your repair. Cheers.